Good morning, Rebels, and welcome back to my life. My life has taken a few interesting and pretty amazing turns in the last year. At the beginning of 2013, I was working a 9-to-5 job, like many people, and then all of a sudden, not by my own choice, I wasn't anymore. Now, by the time I was let go from that job, I'd already been writing and self-publishing my own books, and I had a weekly podcast with a sponsor. So my wife actually suggested that I give it a go, making it as a full-time author, and then eventually as a filmmaker as well. So I did, and I'm far from the most productive person that I know, but for almost the last year, I've been managing to fake a very high level of productivity. I've gone from just being a self-published author to being what I consider to be a pretty legitimate content creator. What is a content creator? Well, the most applicable definition of content in this context is information made available by a website or other electronic medium. Yesterday, I decided to break it down and see how much content I'm actually producing, and to make it simple, I decided to break it down in terms of amount of time that a consumer needs to spend to consume the content that I'm creating. So first up, each week I record 2 podcasts that are an hour long each. I vlog every day, and the average length of my vlog videos is about 5 minutes, so that's about 35 minutes per week. And then just as a metric, in 2013 I published 750,000 words, which averages out to about 14,400 words published per week. Since the average human reads about 150 words per minute, that's 96 minutes of reading per week. So 2 hours of podcasts plus 35 minutes of vlogs plus 96 minutes of reading adds up to 251 minutes, or just over 4 hours of content per week. Now that's not including the 6 short films that I directed in 2013, which averaged out to about 10 minutes long each. Now listen, I'm not trying to brag or anything, but that's kind of a metric crap ton of stuff. If you consume everything I put out, which I don't expect you to do, then in terms of time, it will take you longer than 3 full-length movies each week. Even my wife doesn't consume all of that. She relegates herself to reading my books and watching my films, and the vlog and the podcast are kind of like, whatever. Now, it's a lot of work to do all that, and sometimes it leaves me starting to feel a little bit burnt out, and I have to compensate by switching up what I'm working on. That's one way why all these different types of things is actually kind of a blessing, because if I just don't feel like writing anymore today, then I can work on my next film, or write my script for my next vlog, or work on a new film script. But it takes a whole lot of time, effort, and energy to turn out as much stuff as I do, and it can be kind of overwhelming. And here's the kicker, and something that might be surprising to you: I am not making as much money as I was when I was working a good full-time job, or even a good part-time job. I am not rich. I am not an overnight success story. I'm kind of actually barely paying my bills. I'm working my ass off every single day and seeing very little financial return so far for the things that I'm doing. Which of course begs the question, why don't you quit then and go back to a regular job and a steady paycheck, you dummy with a child on the way, your third one? And the answer to that question is, despite the toll that it takes on me physically and mentally and energy-wise, I really believe in the things that I'm doing, and I love them so much. I get to do what I want to do, when I want to do it, and I have an audience who likes it when I give it to them. Apparently some of you like it too, because you keep buying my books for some reason, and watching my vlog, and listening to the podcast. It's a really, really long road to travel before you're directing films for international distribution or writing New York Times #1 bestsellers. But you don't have to get to that point in order to make a living at what you're doing. I'm a big believer in the power of the 1,000 true fans theory. For anybody who doesn't know, Kevin Kelly proposed a theory in a blog article, which I will link in the description, that in today's digital age, any creator really only needs 1,000 true fans to build a sustainable living from their art. My wife could quit her job and devote herself full-time to raising our children and doing activities with our church to benefit society, which has always been her dream, and I just keep writing books and making movies for the rest of my life. Which sounds awesome. And the thing is that even though I don't have 1,000 true fans now, I also don't have 0 true fans. I have some people out there, maybe including you, who for some reason love the books that I write and buy them and watch this vlog and listen to the podcast. And there's a vibrant community of filmmakers that I'm a part of who help me keep making movies to get my name out there and get more work done in this industry. No one gets 1,000 true fans overnight. Probably very few people get 1,000 true fans in their first year. I definitely didn't. But I'm not playing a one-year game. I'm playing a lifetime game. And as hard as it is to play sometimes, if you can reach that end goal and just stick with it, it's really, really worth it. So those are my thoughts on why I'm a little bit insane. I wrote 4,004 words for you yesterday. If you are watching this, I already consider you one of my true fans. So thank you very much. You are giving me hope that I can make this thing work, which I guess makes you kind of an enabler as well, depending on how you look at it. Thanks for watching, Rebels. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.